Once a new technology rolls over you and you are not a part of a stream roller, then you are a part of road. But before moving on, let's have a small glimpse of our college. A small video will be played in front of you, uh, which will be depicting about the campus of Digvijay College. A very photogenic view that our college exists. Let me tell you a brief about our college. Late Mahant Raja Digvijay Das, a great visionary of higher education, led the foundation of Government Digvijay Autonomous PG College in year 1957 by donating his palace for this noble cause. The college has succeeded in fulfilling his dreams by catering quality education to the people of this backward region at their doorstep. This is clearly reflected in hundreds of this distinguished alumni who adorn positions of all prominence in all walks of life. This college was confirmed autonomous college status by UGC in 1993. It got the status of college with potential excellence by UGC in 2009. The college celebrated Diamond Jubilee ceremony in year 2017. Digvijay College has 22 departments with UG level and 18 departments with PG level and 10 subjects with research centers, a college with great potential. I again welcome you all on behalf of the entire Digvijay College, Rajnadgaon. Now I'll give a brief about the Department of Computer Science. Department of Computer Science was established in year 2003 and computer application and postgraduate courses has started in year 2013. Department aims is to provide a quality education to all the students, not only to impart theoretical education, but prepare them for practical based learning. Also, we conduct workshop and faculty development program yearly basis for all the other department faculties. We are honored to have alumni who are working in multinational companies all over the globe. We focus on developing the programming skill and making students technically sound. Future planning is to promote new and upcoming technologies for upgrading student knowledge and prepare them for practical based learning. And that's why we are conducting this wonderful 3 days national level seminar. We are thankful to all our resource persons who have joined in a short notice of period. Now I would like to invite most respected Shri Raju Khute sir, HOD Computer Science, Government Digvijay PG Autonomous College, to give a brief and schedule about the webinar. Khute sir, please.
Very good afternoon to all. I, Raju Khute, convener of this 3 days national webinar, heartily welcome our respected resource and patron of this webinar, Dr. K. Tandekar sir, and would also like to welcome our chief guest, Honorable Professor Dr. G.D. Sharma, Vice Chancellor of University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya, our resource person, Dr. A.K. Saxena sir, Professor and Head of Department of Computer Science and IT of Guru Ghasidas, Central University, Bilaspur. Our other resource person, Dr. S.R. Tandon sir, Dr. Girdhar Kure sir, and Professor Resham Lal Burhan sir. All our participants who have joined from different states, universities and colleges, professors, assistant professors, research scholars, dear students and staff members. On behalf of Computer Science and Application Department, I generally welcome you all. To meet the demand of today's IT industry, we are conducting this webinar. As the encouragement of our principal sir and knowledge sharing of new technology in computer science, our team decided to organize this 3 days national level webinar. In this webinar, the resource person will be covering the topic of soft computing, IoTs, semantic web, machine learning. On the first day, our resource person is Dr. S.R. Tandon sir, Assistant Professor, Government Rajmata Vijay Raje Sindhya Girls College, Kavardha, who will be the deliver the topic of soft computing. For second day, our resource person is Dr. Girdhar Urpure sir, Assistant Professor of Computer Science, KL University, Hyderabad, who will deliver the topic of IoT and semantic web. I am glad to announce that the third day resource person is my 2003 MCA batch teacher, my motivator, respected Dr. A.K. Saxena sir, Professor and Head Department of Computer Science and IT, Guru Ghasidas Central University, Bilaspur, who delivered the lecture on machine language. And second resource person is Professor Reshamlal Pradhan sir, Assistant Professor and Head Department of Computer Science, Pandit Sundarlal Sharma, Open University, Bilaspur. Will also deliver the topic machine learning. I am very thankful to our chief guest and all resource persons for accepting our invitation and help us to organize this program. I humbly request to all the participants to please join in the program in the time and listen to all the resource persons and make this webinar success. I hope these 3 days webinar is fruitful and beneficial for all participants. Thank you all. Now I would like to call our principal Dr. K.L. Tandekar sir for inaugural speech. Dr. Tandekar sir.
खूंटे जी, माननीय कुलपति जी को एक बार और स्मरण दिला दें, सर जुड़ जाएं। सर जुड़ गए?
हाँ सर, हाँ।
कुलपति जी नहीं जुड़ पाए हैं। हाँ, एक बार और फोन से निवेदन करें।
मैं हाँ किए सर, बात हो गई है उनसे, वो रास्ते में थे, बोले कि मैं जुड़ रहा हूँ।
सर का फोन आ रहा है।
Meanwhile, we are lucky to have our chief guest. He is the VC of University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya. So we are lucky in a very short notice of time, sir has joined and accepted our request. Yes, sir. Our principal sir has rejoined. Now he will resume with the.
सर जुड़ रहे हैं। जरूर। खूंटे जी, माननीय कुलपति जी जुड़ नहीं पा रहे हैं, कुछ एक दो कैंडिडेट को लेफ्ट कराएं।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ज्वाइन कर लिए।
हाँ, सर जुड़ रहे हैं। देखिए।
सर जुड़ गए।
जी। परम श्रद्धेय माननीय कुलपति जी, आदरणीय GD शर्मा सर, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ मेघालय, आज हमारे इस 3 डेज नेशनल वेबिनार कार्यक्रम के मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में हम सबको आशीर्वाद के लिए हम सबके समक्ष हैं। मैं बहुत ही आदर सम्मान के साथ, बहुत ही हमारे सहज, सरल और सहृदय माननीय कुलपति जी का महाविद्यालय परिवार की ओर से सर्वप्रथम बहुत बहुत हार्दिक स्वागत, वंदन और अभिनंदन करता हूँ। सर का स्नेह, मार्गदर्शन हमेशा हर समय मुझे व्यक्तिगत रूप से भी मिलता रहा है और आज ये सुखद संयोग है कि डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कंप्यूटर और डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ कॉमर्स के द्वारा 3 डेज ऑनलाइन वेबिनार का आयोजन आज ही हो रहा है। इस आयोजन के माध्यम से माननीय कुलपति जी का आशीर्वाद और स्नेह हम सब प्राध्यापक, शोधार्थी, विद्यार्थी सभी को प्राप्त होगा। 3 दिवसीय नेशनल वेबिनार के आयोजक प्रोफेसर राजू खूंटे जी, समन्वयक प्रोफेसर मुस्तफा अंसारी, प्रोफेसर कश्यप राठौर, आप सभी के प्रयास से यह कार्यक्रम आज संपन्न हो रहा है। मैं चाहूँगा कि विद्यार्थियों को अपने भविष्य में और आज की स्थिति और परिस्थिति में कंप्यूटर की उपयोगिता, कंप्यूटर परिचालन और कंप्यूटर के प्रति रोजगार के अवसर, इन सब को ध्यान में रखकर आज के इस वेबिनार को आयोजित किया जा रहा है। माननीय कुलपति जी का आशीर्वाद हम सबको मिले, यही आशा और विश्वास के साथ मैं बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ। महाविद्यालय के समस्त प्राध्यापक, विद्यार्थी जो भी इस कार्यक्रम में जुड़े हैं, वे कुलपति जी का मार्गदर्शन और उनकी बताई हुई बातों को जरूर आत्मसात करें। समस्त प्राध्यापक, विद्यार्थी, शोधार्थी सभी को पुनः बहुत बहुत हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं।
थैंक यू सर।
मैं ये बताना चाह रहा था कि ये 3 डेज नेशनल वेबिनार में जिन्होंने हमें इतने व्यस्ततम होने के बावजूद भी समय दिया है, उन सभी के प्रति महाविद्यालय परिवार बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता है। डॉक्टर ऐसा टंडन जी, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर कवर्धा, डॉक्टर गिरधर उर्पुड़े जी, KL यूनिवर्सिटी हैदराबाद, और बहुत ही परम सम्मानी डॉक्टर AK सक्सेना जी, गुरु घासीदास विश्वविद्यालय छत्तीसगढ़, बिलासपुर छत्तीसगढ़ से हमारे भी जुड़े हैं। माननीय कुलपति जी को बहुत बहुत प्रणाम सर, स्वागत है। मैं सभी प्राध्यापकों को, विद्यार्थियों को, शोधार्थियों को अवगत कराना चाहूँगा कि सहज और सहृदय कुलपति एक दिन पहले ही हमारे निवेदन को स्वीकार कर और व्यस्त के यहाँ के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया है। हमेशा उनका मार्गदर्शन ही मुझे सतत प्रेरणा देता है। सर, गवर्नमेंट दिग्विजय ऑटोनॉमस PG कॉलेज छत्तीसगढ़ का एक बड़ा महाविद्यालय है। 1957 से इस महाविद्यालय की शुरुआत हुई है। वर्तमान में इस महाविद्यालय में 6000 विद्यार्थी नियमित रूप से अध्ययनरत है। लगभग 19 विषयों में स्नातकोत्तर विभाग और 26 विषय में स्नातक स्तर की कक्षाओं का संचालन हो रहा है। लगभग 10 विषयों में शोध केंद्र है। 50 के लगभग शोधार्थी विभिन्न शोध निदेशकों के माध्यम से रिसर्च का काम कर रहे हैं और इस महाविद्यालय में वर्तमान में 120 प्राध्यापक विभिन्न विषयों में कार्यरत हैं। सर छत्तीसगढ़ में बिलासपुर विश्वविद्यालय के माननीय कुलपति जी रहे हैं और मैं रायगढ़ में था, तब से कुलपति जी का स्नेह मार्गदर्शन मिलता रहा, इसलिए इन कार्यक्रमों को हम बहुत अच्छे तरीके से सफल कर रहे हैं। सर, बहुत बहुत आपको महाविद्यालय परिवार की ओर से हम सबका बहुत बहुत स्नेह और प्रेम मिलेगा। इन्हीं आशा और विश्वास के साथ आपके प्रति बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करते हैं सर।
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Principal Sir, for your kind words and valuable support, and always guiding us and encouraging us. It's under your guidance we are prevailing in a well direction. Thank you very much, sir. Now, on behalf of our entire Digvijay Autonomous PG College, I welcome our honorable chief guest, Professor G.D. Sharma, sir, VC of University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya. We are grateful for accepting our invitation and becoming a chief guest for his wonderful administration and high achievements of the institution he is in charge of. Apart from this, he has been former VC of Atal Bihari Vajpayee University, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh, former VC of Nagaland University, and Pro VC of Assam University. Now, I am going to give a brief about the achievements of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. He is backed by 40 years of experience. He has done MSc in Botany and PhD in Ecology of Mycorrhiza. He has visited several countries like USA, UK, Canada, Japan, etc. during his tenure. He has 362 research publications and several books edited under his name. He is editor of several journals and member of several societies. He has published lot of national and international journals and book chapters. He has supervised 60 plus PhD scholars. He has attended more than 100 national and international seminars across the globe. We are glad to have the laureate of microbiology and botany us. Now I kindly request, sir, please. Thank you, sir. Please.
Thank you very much. And in this 3 days national level online webinar organized by Government Digvijay Autonomous PG College, Rajnadgaon, Chhattisgarh, on the topic current and emerging trends in computer technology, where we have Dr. K.L. Tandekar ji, Principal of the Government Digvijay Autonomous PG College, Rajnadgaon, and the Chief Patron of the National Seminar and Webinar, to whom I know personally when he was Principal of the Autonomous College, Raigad, where he immediately after joining started bringing new achievements both in academics as well as changing the infrastructure, so that within a short period of his stay there, he left a clear-cut mark on the college. The college became active during his tenure, and people started organizing seminars and also writing projects, etc. And here again, he is so active that he has been continuously organizing seminars and webinars in different areas, along with the faculty members of the college, so that the latest knowledge is available to the students, teachers, and research scholars. One of the leading autonomous colleges of the Rajnadgaon, these webinars help to get acquainted that what is the latest development taking place in different areas. Therefore, students, especially the research scholars, they get an idea that how they can plan their researches or can modify their researches in those areas where they can also make some contributions and therefore improve the quality of the research. So in this way, both quality of research as well as the quality of teaching is enhanced because of both getting, encouraging the knowledge and its dissemination. In this 3 days webinar, we have Dr. A.K. Saxena, Head of the Department of Computer Science and Information Technology from Guru Ghasidas Vishwavidyalaya, Bilaspur. Dr. S.R. Tandon, Assistant Professor, Government Rajmata Vidya Raje Sindhya Kanya Mahavidyalaya, Kavardha. Dr. Girdhar Urkode ji, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, KL University, Hyderabad. Dr. Resam Lal Pradhan, Assistant Professor, Head Department of Computer Science from Pandit Sundarlal Sharma Open University. And the convener, Mr. Raju Khunte, Head Computer Science and from this Rajnadgaon Autonomous College. Co-convener, Mrs. M. Pushpa, Head Computer Application Department. Organizing Secretary, Mr. Mustafa Ansari and Mr. Kashyap Rathore. At the outset, I would like to congratulate the Department of Computer Science and Computer Application to plan 3 days this webinar on the aspect of current and emerging trends in computer technology under the guidance and leadership of Professor Tandekar, who is very supportive and very active, and he always encourages the faculty members to organize such important activities which help in our NEC assessment and accreditation also. So as we know that the fastest growing area compared to other subjects, computer science as well as the technology is fastest growth taking place, both in terms of the speed and density. We remember in 90s when we were using computer, its speed was very slow and the memory was in MBs, not even GB. So after 2-3 minutes we have to save, otherwise this will go if electricity has gone or electricity was also not so stable at that time. But now automatically automation has taken place, and even in our pen drive, we never saw a pen drive at that time. We were using the disk, those things have gone, just you can say the archives. They are kept in archives. Today the student will not know that there was such kind of the computer. In fact, during our time it was facet machine. We have to roll this by hand, and then the calculator and then computers and all that. The computer size was so big that we need one big room to keep computer machine and computers. So I remember when I was in Northeastern Hill University, Central University, the computer was gifted by Russia. So we have to prepare an air-conditioned room. We cannot go with shoes. We have to take out our shoes because dust, if going inside, it will affect the computer. And very big machine. By seeing that, you will have fear that we cannot use it. Only engineer can use it. But now you see, it has become a part of everybody. This is the first progress. The technology has brought, particularly computer science and IT technology. And in 90s, people used to say, those who were taking computer science as their degree, that after 2000 it will not have any application because it does not have any system which can read this 000. Only that was the thing. But you never know the research. They have totally changed our life. Now, the computer application and what trends are following, it is difficult to predict because in every sphere, whether it is telecommunication, our other road communication, whether it is cars, all automatic cars are coming. We do not need even drivers. Even plane, you have seen the so much change in the technology without men. We are using plane to drop our luggage or any other things. So the things which have taken such speed by changing, the replacement of workers up to certain extent has been taken place by the artificial intelligence or robotics. The people are using robotics in many laboratories to do the work, to do the manual work of the animals and the man. Of course, the emotions which we all have are yet to be developed. So maybe in future technology, more emotions will be coming in robotics. Few emotions have already been up to 30 or 40. The robotics can greet you and say hello and then take you to the place wherever you want to go, in market, malls, in many cities abroad. These work which we are using the manpower are done by robotics only. So there are certain challenge for this computer science and technology, that how to find the alternative to PC, personal computer, because that is again challenge, because internet is growing so fast, and this communication technology, as you have seen now, I am sitting in here in one of the farthest place of the India on the international border, and we are talking to Rajnadgaon, a heart of the country, central place. So this we never thought. It is possible only because of internet thinking. So our scientists are working that how to replace this, and the whole thing now in a small handful things should come, like a smartphone and other things. So many things have been replaced by the application of this technology, computer technology, using the calculations or technology at a very minute level, or what we can say at atom level. So when it has reached to the atom level, that means a very accurate calculations in the technology is possible now, and delivery, it helps in delivery. Therefore, the internet application is opening new areas through cloud computing and also giving information security, because we have seen that due to hacking and others, our data needs protection. So it is giving a new science, emergence of the new science of data science and data management, and application of data and formulation of new technology using the data, or what we call it big data science, collection, storage and application. And therefore data scientist posts or these areas are emerging for the computer science pupil. And it has been seen that the computer science students who know much application, they are getting better job in every field. So it is entering into the every field, particularly related to cyber security, developing robotics, using artificial intelligence, and also machine learning processes. So these IoT and machine learning are one of the fastest growing technology using the basics of computer science, and it can detect the thefts taking place in banks and all these things. It can also help in detecting the our crimes where crimes are taking place. So all these things have been possible by the emergence of and application of technology. It has also entered deeply in telemedicines, the health sector. We can get advice of the doctors sitting here from any place in the world, and even the operations can take place by using the tele technology. And therefore the deep learning engineers posts, these have come out. So that means based on the application of computer science and also technology, it has given rise to the new areas in jobs, and therefore it has lot of application, particularly for those students who are pursuing their career. But as our UG or PG students in computer science, they need to be trained much more on the application aspects, not only the theoretical aspects or knowledge based, but how they can develop some technology which can help the society. We have observed and seen that some of the students, they have project how to monitor the traffic, how to know the traffic movement, and give in advance this information so that the person can take any alternative route. So all these things have been possible by use of the technology. And as I was telling that this through video conferencing development, we are getting connected, and this has only become more and more popular after this corona pandemic. Before that, we were not having this technology, and we were mostly doing all our conferences in physical mode. So that means the computer technology and computer science has helped in saving lot of our money. Without spending any money, we are having so many students joining this conference and so many experts without paying anything or this spending on their travel and stay and all these things. So in this way, the use of computer science and its technology is also helpful in saving and growing of the economy of the country. More and more this use of technology is used by the country gets over edge on those developing countries, and therefore they sell this their technology and sell those instruments which are more technologically advanced, where they have used the computer technology. So now more and more openings are there for software development, for this satellite navigations. We have seen that in coming 5 or 6 years, the satellite hotels will be coming out. using this computer technology. And therefore, this telecommunication technology will open new areas in the study of computer science. Therefore, the quantum use of the data for the computers will has already become a powerful tool, and it is being used in solving many problems. So I am sure that this 3 days online webinar, where we have a number of experts from the background of computer science and computer application, they will be giving more details about how we can plan the future uses and develop roadmap for the use of computer science, and how we can also create more and more infrastructural development in the government Digvijay Autonomous PG College, Rajnadgaon, so that it becomes one of the best colleges in giving new development in computer technology application. And it can create the human resources who will be developing either the software, or who will become to use of certain software which can help both in the health, transport, or the communication, and the security, whether it is cyber security or other security. And therefore, such wider applications can give more job opportunity to those students who are pursuing their UG and PG in computer science. So I once again congratulate the department and the college for selecting such an important webinar topic, and also getting that what could be the application in future, the views, because it is very difficult to predict. We do not know what will be the nature of jobs after 10 years, because the computer applications are increasing so much that after 2-3 years, a new area is opened up. We never thought about 5 years back about the drone, that without any manual, the drones will be used during wars and during carrying of the things. And just few days back, our Honorable Prime Minister has inaugurated the manufacturing of drone, and as per his speech, by 2030, India will emerge as one of the hub in drone technology. So many areas will be available for particularly our youth, those who are pursuing their studies in computer science. So I convey my best wishes to Dr. Tandekarji, principal and the patron of this 3 days national level online webinar, for giving me this opportunity and taking college to the new direction by opening new areas of this computer science and application of technology, particularly in emerging areas. Thank you very much, and namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable words and blessings. This is such a wonderful moment. You have mentioned all the aspects of application where computer can touch. Sir, in our field, it is rightly said, once a new technology rolls over you and you are not a part of a steamroller, then you are a part of road. So, sir, you very rightly said, from the era of 90s, where we are using one room computer, that was a mainframe computer, and we have reached to the data science field, machine learning and IoT. On your blessings, we are conducting this wonderful 3 days online national seminar for this current and emerging trends, so that our college students and other students get benefited by the emerging trends which are running in the industrial part. Especially you mentioned about the machine learning, IoT. I would like to mention one thing about IoT, sir. Our college has developed a water purifier system based on IoT. Recently, we have in the college level domain itself, we have conducted that and we have tested. It is working fine, sir. So thank you for your blessings and your words. Thank you so much, sir, and accepting our request on short notice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Now, all the participants here awaiting time moment ends here, as we will move to our first resource person, our resource speaker. Firstly, I would like to welcome on behalf of our college to our first resource person of the day, Dr. S.R. Tandon, sir, for accepting our invitation in very short period of time and get ready to share his valuable knowledge with us. I extend my heartfelt thanks to sir once again. Now, I would like to give a brief about Dr. S.R. Tandon, sir. Dr. S.R. Tandon, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, and at Government Rajmata Vijay Rajya Sindhya Kanya Mahavidyalaya, Kavardha. He has good academics and research experience of more than 12 years in area of computer science and engineering. His area of research includes neural network and fuzzy logic, data structure, operating system, distributed computing, robot motion planning, and virtualization technology. He has granted one patent in field of home automation using IoT and has published 80 research papers in various international and national journals, including Web of Science, Scopus, UGC listed, UGC Care, and ESCI Index Journal. Instructions for participants. You can feel free to drop any questions on the topic or share your struggle and experiences. We will answer all your questions by the end of each guest session. Now may I request Most Honorable Dr. S.R. Tandon, sir, to kindly address the gathering. Sir, please.
Thank you so much, Rathod sir, for giving nice introduction of myself.
Our honor, sir.
Do tell me, sir, my screen is visible or not?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, thank you very much once again, sir. First of all, good afternoon to all respected participants and guest of honor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Dr. G.D. Sharma, University of Meghalaya, and respected Principal, sir, Dr. Tandekar, sir, and Dr. Khute, sir, Rempushpa ma'am, Kashyap, sir, and Ansari, sir. I really thankful to all of you for giving me opportunity to present my my experiences with you all. So today I will talk about some of the application part of soft computing technique. And before going to deal my actual topic, I would like to share some of the recent and emerging trends which are necessary to discuss about. As sir has already told, Sarva sir has already told, some of the research areas need to develop to understand the emotion buildings, big data, and data science is still one of the recent area of research. As you can see that this is one of the picture which I have taken from Indian movie called Dhamal. So this is one of the best funny movie, but if you realize this two diagram, from this two diagram I have created one sentence. If you carefully observe these two pictures, if somebody says that your chair is on my leg, or in generally we people use that, excuse me, your foot is on my leg. Okay, so these are the natural language we people generally used to speak on a public place or anywhere. Suppose, do you think that your chair is on my leg or saying your foot is on my leg, it is just a kind of giving information to the person? If you go literally behind the meaning of this sentence, Basically, there is a person talking about, he is requesting that please take off your leg from my leg. Okay, so basically, as we all know that machine learning technique, artificial intelligence system has been developed very well, but still we need to have some common sense in a machine language, or a system must be able to interpret the behind the meaning of the sentence. So this kind of system, this kind of statement comes under the discourse analysis. If we are able to develop such system or such scenario in a machine, then our modern machine or upcoming system or a future of intelligence system will be very popular, and it will be able to interpret decision as we human being can take. Okay, another one is this is one of the recent example. We all know that Baiju is sponsored the Indian cricket team, and Baiju says that if you join our classes, then you will never fail in any test. So this is one of the sarcastic statement. A sarcastic statement also similar to the discourse analysis, but the difference between discourse analysis and sarcastic statement is that in a sarcastic statement, people generally try to give the positive negative feedback in a positive form. Okay, so one example is here, you are looking handsome. It could be positive as well as negative, or sometimes we people use that, or hero kahan se aa rahe ho. It doesn't mean that he looks like a hero or something else. So such kind of statement is very important for a modern machine development system, because we all know that people are generally using social media, WhatsApp, Instagram. They keep sending their posts, their messages on the internet. But one of the challenging part is that if we able to analyze the sarcastic statement, then we will be able to interpret the human psychology. Suppose I'm a user of social media and I'm sending some negative message continuously that I'm not feeling well, I'm not very good today. So by this way, if we analyze his writing pattern for past 20 days or 50 days, we will be able to interpret that the person is not feeling good. So there is a proper counseling is required. So that kind of statement comes under sarcastic statement. If we are able to understand this sarcastic statement, and if this kind of statement is will be developed in a machine language, or machine will be able, then it will be a very fruitful for the upcoming future generation. Another part of emerging trend that we all know that is a chatbot application program. Chatbot application program is basically kind of application which is adopted by the various organization, like giving frequent information about their website, web pages. But that chatbot applications programs are capable to answer only those questions which has been predefined in the database of that machine. But if we write any query which is not available in the database, then chatbot application simply says, sorry, your query is not relevant. So the person is continuously writing their query to the chatbot. By the help of writing skills, if machine is able to store that database and can take decision in a future, then it will be very helpful. So chatbot is another application part where researchers or the people, those who are planning to do their research activity, can take these three important area, like a discourse analysis, sarcastic statement detection, and chatbot application program can be a part of their future research objectives. So now coming to the concept of computing, we all know that basically computing means to say that giving some input value, there will be some sort of program which will compute the result or compute the input values and produce output. So the one of the important part which are necessary for every computing is that system should be able to give you a precise solution. We all believe that if our result is not precise, if it is not yet clear, then we do not accept such kind of result. And our control actions, or you mean to say that the computing application, computing tools which we have used is that should be unambiguous, and it should be accurate enough to give the correct result, and it should be suitable which is easy to model mathematically. Means suppose we are writing any algorithm that should be developed with the help of mathematical logic so that we can interpret it correctly. So if we are talking about soft computing, before going to discuss the things which automatically comes in our mind is a hard computing. So what is meaning of hard computing and soft computing? Here I am going. Basically, hard computing concept was given by around 1996 by the renowned scientist A. Jade. He has introduced the hard computing concept. So in a hard computing, if any system, any machine which is giving or producing result which is precise, or it also guaranteed that result will be computed, and control actions are unambiguous, and all the controls action which has been defined in the system is formally well defined. So such kind of applications, such kind of computing comes under hard computing. Here you can see calculating roots of polynomials, performing integration, searching and sorting techniques comes under this hard computing. And some of the problems with generally hard computing system sometimes may fail to produce the correct outcomes, like medical diagnosis. In a computing field, we cannot predict the health of any person because it is a variable. Or suppose any person is doing research to diagnose the cancer detection, so it may not be with the help of hard computing system we will not be able to detect it correctly. Or person identification, suppose nowadays we all know that we all are using CCTV camera or some other videography tools to for in a college or institution people are using image based attendance system. So if there is a sometime we feel that a machine may not be able to detect our facial expression correctly sometime, or sometime if when we are punching our thumb impression due to some sweating or some other issues, machine may not be able to detect it correctly. So these are the applications, these are the certain set of applications where hard computing system are not able to give the exact outcomes, but still we believe that hard computing is an application where a system can be developed in a modern way. When we are talking about pattern recognition, intelligence, weather forecasting is another big challenges to compute with the help of hard computing. Network optimization is another big challenges to optimize the network issue, routing protocol, energy efficiency. These are the some certain set of recent problems which still need to be addressed with the help of soft computing tools, because these are not capable with the help of hard computing applications. So if you talk about soft computing tools are may not produce you precise result. Their algorithm or the approach we have applied may be variable in nature. It may change with respect to time. And most of the soft computing tools are inspired by biological methods. Like example of soft computing tools are fuzzy logic is there, neural network is there. We know that ant behavior is there, ant colony optimization, particle swarm algorithm is there, which is biologically inspired by our biological system. So these are the soft computing tools, soft computing methods. So if we try to interpret what exactly a fuzzy system is, before going to discuss about fuzzy system, we all know that two valued logic, like if you are giving information, suppose if you are asking any query with any person like are you honest, then he will, in an earlier system he may say yes or no. So this kind of situation can be easily handled with the help of two valued logic, or sometimes it is also known as Cripps logic, whether the answer will be true or false. But we all know that this in modern generation, modern system, even peoples are not reliable. Suppose if you are ask any a question with your friend, are you honest, then he may say that yes, I'm honest, but he may not be honest for other person. So there may be not exact two value, either true or false. There may be some different value. So the meaning of fuzzy is that it is not well clear, distinct value or answer may not be precise. So suppose I have taken one example. Suppose Ram is honest. So a fuzzy value, a Cripps value, which is basically divided in a range of 1 or 0. And fuzzy value, which is basically divided in the range of from 0 to 1. All the value, fuzzified value is in between this two value range, 0 and 1. Suppose any person who is a totally dishonest, then absolutely false. So you can assign a value like 0.0. Suppose his person is honest for one and dishonest for another, you can assign some other value like 0.2. If he is not honest for you but honest for more person, then you can assign some range, some value for the person like 0.2, 0.4 and up to the 1 value. The value of fuzzy system may not exceed from 0 to 1. It will be in between these two values. So the fundamental difference between Cripps, or you can say classical preposition, is their range of their truth value. The classical preposition requires either true or false, which I have already expressed in the previous example. And the degree of truthness of fuzzy system is determined between 0 and 1, or both inclusive in nature, in between these two values. If you are planning to develop a fuzzy logic controller based with the help of fuzzy rules, actually in this presentation I am trying to skip some basic concepts. I am directly trying to elaborate the concepts which are really helpful for research activity, like how you will be able to design your fuzzy logic controller based on some fuzzy concept. So in this here I have taken one example. The problem is that suppose if you want to change the speed of a heater fan based on the room temperature and humidity. Okay, so here we have a input value is a room temperature and humidity. Based on these two value, temperature and humidity, we want to control the heater fan speed. Okay, so here we have partition the temperature control system has, suppose we have given 4 parameters like cold, cool, warm and hot. These are the 4 variables. For the humidity, suppose we have a low, medium and high. So based on this 2 input value, we have designed here in a table. In this table you can see humidity for the value low, medium and high, and for temperature cold, cool and warm. So based on these two input value, we are taking some action, like suppose in a first row and a first column, if humidity is low and room temperature is cold, then the fan speed must be medium. Okay, and in a column 2 you can see, suppose if coolness of room temperature is very low and humidity is medium, then the fan speed will be low. So by this way we can design our rules, rule based system to decide how fuzzy controller machine will take further action. So I have taken one case study here. When I was in a postgraduate program, I have done project which was basically based on planning of motion planning of mobile robot, in which we try to develop a system which will be able to take action based on some certain sort of fuzzy rules. And earlier system was able to detect when the number of input value were more, but in our case we try to take only 3 parameters. We try to consider the input value. In this environment we have considered environment like a static environment and dynamic environment. And in dynamic environment, to say that where a mobile robot move as well as the environment also moves. And in static environment where a robot only move in the environment. So when we are talking, when we deal about static environment, there is a limited complexity, but when we focused on dynamic environment, the complexity was more, because we have to not only control about a robot, as we have to think about the obstacles also. So in earlier system which was developed by other researchers, they have taken 4 parameters, which was very far and very near, near and far. But in our case, we have taken only 3 parameters: very near, near and far, because we all know that as a human being, we all can take action based on the our surrounding environment. Suppose when we moving from when we cross the road, suppose if any vehicle is coming towards us and the speed of vehicle is very slow, then we quickly we immediately cross the road without hesitation. But if the speed of the obstacle or any vehicle is fast, then we take action, because our natural intelligence is there. We take the action based on some intelligence level. But what about a robot? How robot will take decision to move in the environment? So for that situation, we try to create a possible fuzzy rules. For that was termed as a dynamic motion planning. And for our case, we have taken 2 parameters. First one was distance from robot to obstacle, and another one was orientation of the obstacle with respect to robot. So here is the 5 parameters in case of angle. That is a left, ahead, right, and right. So these are the various angle parameter. Suppose let me elaborate this concept. Suppose when the obstacle is very near, but the orientation of the obstacle is away or in the left side, then we do robot will not take any action. Means it will travel in the actual path without any difficulties. So the movement is the relative velocity speed of the mobile robot. It will take action based on distance and orientation of the obstacle. These are the actually a fuzzy membership function is a kind of membership function which is useful to map the actual input value and take action based on the input range. Okay. So here we have decided we design earlier system has developed 20 possible rules for movement, and it is suppose we have a number of parameter for angle, that is a 5, and for number of input values for distance, the total possible rule set will be 4 cross 5, and it will be around 20. It was given by earlier version, and we have deleted the very far obstacle because we do not need to take action when any obstacle is very far, very away from the mobile position. Then when it will come nearer or closer to the device, then only we need to take any action. So by this way, by not including whenever we increase number of input value, then the possible rules will be more. So, and we all know that when we have a more number of rules, then a machine will not be able to take, then possibility of success will be less. Suppose if I say that you have to select a good person from among the 10 peoples, then you will try to pick a good people from 10 people. And suppose if I give you 100 number of peoples are there and you have to pick one good people from that group, then it will be more complex for the person to decide which particular person is good or bad. Okay, so in this way, similarly, when we have a less number of rules, less number of options are available, then success rate of machine is very good. And this is the environment. Those who have familiar with MATLAB tool can be able to understand this. This is a fuzzy MATLAB tool where Mamdani fuzzy logic concept was used to demonstrate the result. And this is for angle, and this is for orientation, how robot will take action in a particular environment. And when we perform the result, this is the possible rule set. In a fuzzy Mamdani set, there is an option to create your own rules based on your. You have to decide that suppose if distance is very near, means obstacle position is very close to the robot and orientation is left, then the movement of the robot will be ahead. Similarly, we have designed another one. For this, we have taken all the input value for very near with respect to all the orientation of obstacle position. So this is a rule generator. You can select your possible in distance, and based on some orientation you can take movement that your robot will go ahead, or it will go ahead left or ahead right. So this was the part of my PG project where I have taken care to decide possible rules for the dynamic motion planning of mobile robot. Basically, it was considered as a mobile robot because whenever any device which moves in the environment, that comes as a mobile robot, and the robot which is static or which is stationary in the environment, then that comes under static robot. So for the system, we try to develop the possible rules for a mobile robot. So possible rules for a very near, similarly for a nearer, you can decide all the possible rules based on your fuzzy logic controller. And then finally, when we select this facility, you can adjust your input value by moving this red mark, which is available whenever you demonstrate your project with the help of MATLAB tool. This was the actual work, which was when we have 4 parameters for the distance. So the result, you can see the moment is 0.511, and similarly when we have removed that extra parameter which was very far, still our result is similar to the which was given by the earlier version. So it does not affect. Whenever you increase your number of parameter, it will create the complexity by deciding that which particular number of rules is able to drive the machine. So always try to consider the environment, consider the system, and take action with respect to the fuzzy logic controller, so that your machine will be able to perform all the tasks in a proper manner. Another example which I have used for which was application of fuzzy logic controller, that was a performance prediction of the student. Suppose we all know that in current scenario, people are trying to predict the performance of a student based on their academic activity only. Like suppose a student is very good in academic activity, then he is brilliant. But we all know that the modern scenario, modern environment is not only based on academic activity. Nowadays, we consider any student who is capable to perform activity in every domain, whether he is able to he is doing activity in an academic environment, as well as he is very good in sports activity, cultural activity. So overall personality grooming is very much important for the student. So that was another application of fuzzy logic controller, which we try to inculcate this semester system, as well as his other curriculum activity to try to identify the try to predict the performance of the student in this dynamic environment. So these are the 2 case study which I have taken while performing working with software computing tools. Apart from another software computing tool is like a neural network. We all know that neural network is basically biologically inspired system. We all know that our nervous system is there, which control the entire our entire body, and the human brain is there which take decision. Similarly, we try to develop a machine which will be able to make decision based on neural network. So the term which is derived from biological inspired neuron is known as a artificial neural network. So apart from this, another software computing tool is a genetic algorithm. Genetic algorithm is like we all know that there is a gene which transform from one person to his child or his siblings. So in such way, there is a kind of operation like a mutation, crossbar, and population. and it is very good soft computing tool, but only one problem associated with genetic algorithm is that the number of operation is more and more. So each and every time you have to perform multiple iteration, and then multiple iteration will give you a better result, but the system performance and the complexity of system will increased. And we all know that nowadays people are talking about more and more about machine learning, deep learning. So ultimately machine learning and deep learning are the branch of artificial intelligence, and they have these are the techniques which is highly incorporated with various neural network architecture, like single layer feed forward network, multi-layer feed forward network, and apart from that there is a recurrent network. These are the various network tools which are useful to train the machine, and try to make more specialist expert system, which will totally automatic in the environment, means which will take automatic decision based on some database or training algorithms. So this is all about soft computing tools which I actually work with, and which is still I am working in the field of earlier version, like discourse analysis and sarcasm detection is one of the part of my research activity, which I am trying to develop a machine. So the future scope and possibility of decision making capability of future machine will be more accurate. So this is sufficient from my side.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your valuable knowledge with all our students and faculty members who have joined this 3 days national level seminar organized by Digvijay PG Autonomous College, Rajnadgaon. In a short notice of time, you have given us your valuable time. First of all, I would like to request to all the participants, if they are having any queries, they can directly ask to our resource person. If you are having any queries, you can even have in a chat box if you are having any queries regarding what the sir has told about the applications of hard and soft computing, fuzzy logic. I would like to specially mention, sir, case study which you have mentioned about the motion planning of robot was wonderful. It was very helpful because we are looking forward with the merger of physics department. We can go ahead with this because physics department and computer department will look forward for this kind of motion. So it was a really a wonderful explanation of the motion planning of robot. It will be very helpful for all the participants who have joined this session and all the faculty members who were in charge of this. So if all the participants, if you are having any queries, you can ask directly to the resource person.
Any queries there, I will try to answer. Any query related to my presentation or any related to your future research planning?
I think your explanation was such a wonderful one, sir. No queries left with the participants. Moving on, I would like to request Honorable respected Him Pushpa Urvasha ma'am to address the vote of thanks. Please, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Firstly, welcome to all who are present here for this webinar. I am Him Pushpa, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Application, Government Digvijay Autonomous City College, Rajnadgaon. Now, on behalf of Government Digvijay College, Rajnadgaon, would like to say thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this webinar on current and emerging trends to computer technology, organized by our department. At starting, special thanks to our chief guest, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. G.D. Sharma from University of Science and Technology, Meghalaya, and our resource person, Dr. S.R. Tandon, Government Rajmata Vijay Raje, Savardhan. Sir, I like to say we are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. And I also thank to our principal for his great support in a few times. And also thanks to the organizing committee, teaching and non-teaching staff for their unflinching support and coordination. And our heartfelt thanks to our students for active participation. Now, with this warm words and a kind message, we move to the end of the today's webinar. Thank you so much to all. Thank you once again.
All the participants feedback link will be shared in the WhatsApp group, as well as if someone has been left, the feedback link will also be shared with the emails. So please properly fill the feedback form. Thank you once again from the entire Digvijay College, Rajnadgaon. Thank you.